Don't stand directly facing. There you go. I forgot tomorrow is Easter.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi. So you got your guard dog with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Can I Be Your Friend? Did you come to play with me?
You know what? I wish.
Yeah.
I've got one who's the exact same way. He's a Labrador. Is yours a doodle?
He's a Cavapoo.
Okay, so our dogs are cousins.
Yeah.
We're the poodle. Dude,
Yeah.
whatever you guys are cooking smells amazing.
Bacon.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than the smell of bacon. But my name's Josh.
Hi.
I'm the owner of Urban X.
Okay.
There we go. Urban X, pest control.
No,
another
not
one.
yet. Yeah, except she's not as, she's sweet, but she's scared.
Oh, okay. Now, have you guys been battling it yourself, or do you guys already have a service?
I think we have a service.
Do you know who you have coming out for you?
I don't.
Would it be a big company or a local
I
company?
think it's local.
A Plus,
I don't know.
Moxie, Massey.
My dad. My husband does it.
Oh, okay. Now, my service is a little bit different than most.
Okay.
In my experience, most wives don't care, they just don't want bugs.
Right.
Right? And husbands, they just want to make sure they're getting what they're paying for.
Right.
Which is totally normal, right? So I just come out quarterly, once every 3 months for
Okay.
$135.
Okay.
I'm not the cheapest, not the most expensive.
Okay.
And because I love my dog more than I like most people, everything I use is pet and child friendly.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the biggest difference between who you're using and what I'm going to be doing is I'm not just treating the inside and along the base around the house. If you look up in these corners, do you see all that spider webbing?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some more up in here. In fact, those are spider eggs.
Right.
So, I know you don't want that up there because nobody wants spider eggs hatching above their head. It's like a horror movie.
Right.
We get a brush and we brush every single one of these things down. Every single service. And the reason why people in this neighborhood like us is because you guys all have tall houses. Yeah, they're huge. They're beautiful though, but because I brush all that stuff down, that stuff isn't gonna be here. And then I spray up there afterwards. So once it's gone, it stays gone. Okay? Because there's a cluster right there and there's another cluster right there. Along the base of the home, I spray a full 3 feet up, 3 feet out, so you have a 6-foot barrier around the entire house. So no bugs from the outside will get in.
Okay.
But the best part about my service, in my opinion, I went up to OSU to get additional licensing for this. Instead of just treating the house, I treat from your mailbox to your back fence line every single service because that's where all the bugs come from. Especially considering there's your house.
Right.
If you like, just look this way. Your house is basically a little house on the prairie.
Yeah.
Which is a joke. But,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, the spiders are what I've heard the most about.
Yeah.
In this area. Now, do you know the last time they came out for you guys?
I do not.
Okay. Now, you seem like one of those moms that has that kind of energy where you're the decision maker. And your husband probably just does what's going to make you happy. Okay. If we can get you guys taken care of, since you didn't sick the guard dogs on us,
Yeah.
okay, my first service, we have trucks in the area right now, I'll drop the first service price from $150 all the way down to $99. And that's still before the full service.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have info you can give me on it?
I have a card.
Okay.
It's not very it just has my phone number.
Okay.
But I am here to be more than just an infomercial.
Okay.
If you can save me the time from coming back, I'll also add in fleas and ticks each service. So I will lay granules from your mailbox to your back fence line every single service. That way, because my dog is like your dog, he's pretty hairy. If I ever got a tick on him, I'd never find him.
Right.
Yeah. But I'll lay granules from the front all the way to the very back every single time for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I can still smell the bacon.
Sorry.
No, it's not a sorry thing. That's the best smell I've smelled all morning.
It's how I get my children up.
That would have gotten me up.
I have one that's still in bed, and he's like, 5 more minutes. He said, is that bacon? I said, it is. He said, 5 more minutes.
That's a good alarm clock, right?
That is good.
My husband gets me up with coffee, I get them up with bacon.
Dude, that does work.
Let me see if he's available.
Of course. Hold on.
Back, please. Thank you. I'm not here for you. I know. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
We love dogs. We don't mind if they're not escape artists. We'll take them.
Well, this one is.
You are just a sweetie, huh? Dude, she is so soft. Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
What's his name?
Hershey.
Hershey?
Yeah, he was chocolate brown when we got him, and then he turned to white chocolate.
White chocolate.
Yeah.
So fun story. One of my customers, he's actually a salesman for Hershey's chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He actually lives just down the road from here.
Yeah, he lost his puppy fur and he was blonde. We don't know what happened.
Hershey.
He's like, yeah, I'm getting all the love.
And what's this dog's name?
This is Cupcake.
Cupcake.
Then she's.
This is Finnegan, but I call him Finn for short. We also have a min pin named Zoe, but Finn's my favorite because he's mine. Yeah.
Come here, Hirsch. Come back inside.
But yeah, so
Go see if Daddy's available.
the flea and tick thing, you shouldn't, if you, as long as they're in the yard, they're not gonna get fleas or ticks.
Okay.
Yeah, because that stuff isn't
No
cheap.
much else. Okay, let me see if he's available.
Yeah. Which you don't do your own stuff because you can't have an emotional attachment to something that's out of your control. Because I've lost control of the situation in the sense that the husband could be like, I'm not interested. Then she could come back and like he's not interested. And there's nothing you can do about it. But I can rest easy knowing I gave 100% on that door. Did you see any differences?
No, he's just super smooth. Don't even worry about the sellout first. Just make conversation about a dog. Just talks about that. They don't even have to be, oh, this is what I'm here to do.
Always build rapport.
I already have someone set up, guys.
For sure. Who do you guys have coming out for you?
CP3.
CP3? Is that a lawn service?
They do just pest control, weed and feed.
Okay, so I'm not here to do weed or feed. By the way, your house, I was telling your wife, you guys have the best smelling house. I've smelled it all day today with the bacon.
Well, it's bacon, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it smells pretty good. That would definitely get me out of.
I know.
Yeah.
And the key is to cook it in the oven.
Really?
That's what I've heard too.
She has a tray that's like a cookie sheet tray, but it has the metal grid
I
on
never
top.
would have thought of that.
And she lays it on there, comes out best out of any place I've tried.
That's awesome.
Which Rib Crib does it the same way. I was like, God, you got a great bacon. Yeah, we could
They
get
told
together.
you got the secret out of them, huh?
No, actually, she was doing it the same way. I just didn't know.
Okay. So I have absolutely nothing negative to say about CP3. I don't know the owner or anything. I'm sure he's a great guy. The biggest difference between me and a lawn service that does both is that I just focus exclusively on the bugs. Now, have you ever heard of Urban X before?
Oh, yeah.
You have? Hey, that makes me happy because we're really small and we're trying to grow.
I did a little bit of research. The company that I manage for the production stuff, we were setting up a service a little while back, so I did a little bit of research on stuff.
Where do you work?
Company called Mercer.
Mercer.
Yeah.
Okay. When you Google pest control Edmond, I'm based out of here. My office was right next to the dog food factory, so your dogs would have loved the way that I smell.
Yes.
But I couldn't handle it, so I moved.
Yeah, we used to live up at 150th and Western.
Dude, whoever signed off on that plant years ago, that was not a good idea.
No.
So when you find me, you have to scroll down a bit because I don't have paid advertisement, but I have 4.8 stars with 307 reviews. The biggest difference between me and a lawn service is that I have the license to treat the structure of the house instead of just the lawn. So, have they already been coming out for you guys? How long have you guys been using them for?
About a year.
Okay. So if you look right up in these areas right here with the clusters of eggs, because these neighborhoods are so tall, it's super important to get out of brush, and this is what I do every time. I brush down every single spider web, mud dauber, and wasp nest every single time I come out for you. And that's why we service people here, because the homes here are taller than most.
Yeah.
So to make sure that these guys don't keep coming back after I come out for you, I spray my product up above on the undersides of the overhangs, so once they're gone, they stay gone. And that's around the entire house, not just in this area, but like all around the spire things and under the eaves and overhangs, so no wasps, mud daubers, or spider webs. It's part of my money back guarantee. Along the base, we spray a full 3 feet up, 3 feet out, so you have a 6-foot barrier around the entire house. So no bugs from the yard are gonna get in. The last thing, I lay granules from your mailbox to your back fence line every single time. Now, like I was saying, it's not like for weeds or anything, but a lot of lawn companies will try to charge you extra to treat for grubs. If you just water in my product, it'll actually get rid of grubs in and of itself. So,
Okay.
yeah, which I think is pretty cool. Now, when was the last time they came out for you guys?
It's all a blur. And why I say that is I stay so busy, honestly, I couldn't even tell you exactly what I did last week.
You know what? I completely understand. I didn't even realize that it was Easter Sunday tomorrow until I looked at the bunny rabbit. And I was reminded, oh yeah, it's April.
Yes.
Now, from one business owner to another, I would absolutely.
I'm not the owner, I just manage the thing.
Well, from one busy guy to another, from one bacon lover to another. If we can get you guys taken care of, I'd absolutely love to earn your business. I'm not huge, just a small local company. Since your wife didn't sick the dogs on us,
They would lick you to death.
actually we played with Hershey for a while.
He loves all life.
He thought we were here to see him.
If it moves, he wants to play with it.
That makes sense. Don't you wish that you had that kind of energy?
Well, you would if you slept 17 hours a day.
You know what? That's a
That's a good point.
that is a good
Every time I
point.
turn around, he's like,
It's like
That is a good point.
and he gets up and puts it all in there for about an hour or two, and then takes it out.
So, what I was gonna tell you guys, if we can get you taken care of, oh, are we looking at the dogs? If we can get you taken care of,
He's like,
not you.
she's skittish.
He's already been out to visit.
This one's mine.
It's fair.
Our dogs are cousins.
Yeah.
They have good memory. Yeah, his name is Finnegan. Cause I named him that because he was born on St. Patrick's Day.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought it was clever, but he goes by Finn. If we need to get you guys taken care of, I'll drop my first service price. It's $135 per quarter. I'm not the cheapest, not the most expensive. The first service though is a flush out. That one's normally $150. I'll drop it all the way down to $99 for the first one, just because we're already here in the neighborhood, servicing the neighbors.
Okay, so
Let's wash your face.
I'm gonna take a shower. Alright. So $199 for the first service, and it's $135
$35 per quarter,
per quarter.
every 90 days.
And you come out and treat every 90 days.
Yes, the first two services though, in order to get rid of bugs like the ants and the spiders, the first two services must be done back to back, because these spiders right here, they must have been like retarded, because most of the time they hide their eggs in places that I'm not always gonna find. So the first service is a flush out. That's gonna get rid of about 80% of the adults. I come back next month to do the whole thing over again for the first quarterly for the 135, and then it's each season from there. That's the 1-2 punch of professional pest control, and that's something that makes it different. But I really like Hershey. He's a nice dog. If we can get you done, man, I'll also add in. I'll treat the entire front and the entire back for fleas and ticks. Every single service for the dogs. That way, you guys don't have to put medicine on.
Okay.
Does that sound fair to you guys?
Send me an email with that.
It actually, in the agreement, it is all emails to you.
I don't want to sign the agreement right this particular moment.
If you can save me, I know that bacon in the shower is calling your name.
Yeah.
If you can save me the time from coming back, I wouldn't be a good salesman if I just gave up after the first try.
I know, actually, I'm doing quite well.
Oh, thank you. If we can get you done, man, give me a shot. I know that you didn't call me, but me coming to you as the business owner, if you give me a shot, I know you're gonna be impressed. Just to put my money where my mouth is, I'll get the first one done for $79.
Okay. Thing is, I don't know if I signed a specific contract with them.
For sure. Now, I'm extremely confident that after a year, you're not locked into anything. If you are, I will put in my agreement with you that I will credit whatever it costs to switch to me, or to your account with me. That way, it will be a seamless transition. Now, I'm not trying to steal a customer when it comes to the lawn service. If you want to keep them for that, that's fine. But when it comes to the bugs, I know that you probably don't want this stuff up here.
No, actually, no.
And the last little cherry on top, normally this is an extra $75, but because you guys have retention ponds over this way, and your house is kind of like the little house in the prairie, if you're looking out this way.
Oh, that's down to the 100-acre field out there.
Yeah.
Behind us.
Really fast, do you guys ever have problems with field mice?
Not that I'm aware, but trust me, I would know. I would know. She would tell me.
How long have you guys been in the house here?
2 years.
And no problems so far?
So far.
That's really good. That's lucky, because with all the construction that's been going on, normally that would happen. But normally it's $75, man. Give me a shot. I'll give you guys a free mosquito fog on top of everything else. I wouldn't use it quite yet, You can use it whenever you want to, but what I do is I use a fogging machine and I fog every blade of grass and all the shrubbery on the entire property, and it will reduce houseflies, mosquitoes, and gnats by 80% for a 3-week period of time. I would probably try to hold off for about a month or so, once it starts to get a little bit warmer and stickier. But I'll do that in addition to the fleas and ticks each service and putting in the agreement that will cover the cost of the switch.
I'll make you this promise, and if I say it, I mean it. You said
I don't believe that promise. I've heard that 90. I know that you're probably a nice guy.
No,
but
I'm not that nice. I'm just one of those people that I firmly believe if I say something,
For sure.
then it's like, oh, I promise you. No,
I'm the
I
exact same
said,
way.
I gave you my word. I will review that, and if it is something that I think would work out, because I'm actually in the process of actually changing the lawn service company as well.
Oh, so you were gonna get rid of them anyways?
Well, they dropped their lawn service function, so they were actually lawn service and
So
weed
now
and
they're just
feed and
doing.
pest- So now they're just
doing
doing
pest?
pest control and weed and feed.
Well, they're not doing a good job. Just the pest control.
Which, yeah. But the guy that I signed with is the only reason why I've known him, done business with him, when he was with A+ Pest Control, then he went to Woodstone, now he's with CP3. So.
Was he a technician or what?
He was.
Is that how he's been bouncing around? Because
When
that's
he
a lot of
started, he
different
worked,
companies.
he's a good guy. So I owe him that consideration too.
For sure.
So,
Now here's the good thing though. Since you've been with him for a year, he's already been paid
but
for
I've
your.
been working with him for 7.
Okay. You just followed him to each company?
Yes.
Now, this is my last offer. I know that you promised me that you'd call me back. That's fine. I'd love it if you did.
Mm-hmm.
Save me the time for coming back, man. I really want to. My trucks are doing nothing right now, and I'm paying them. If you can save me the time from coming back, and the only reason why I'm willing to do this is because my truck is literally doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get you on the same route, do you know a lot of the neighbors here?
By weight.
Okay. You
Yeah,
said
but-
you were a pretty busy guy, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's, if I have a day
So-
off, I'm usually doing that.
We take care of the Davis family right there, and Edie Gibson right over there.
Okay.
And then about 5 others in the area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Save me the time from coming back. If I can get you on the same route as them, I'll get the first one done for free. And then still be for the same service. The only reason why I can do that is because, honestly, it'd be a wash for the first service anyways, because my truck's already here. But I want to prove myself to you. And if the service, if it costs more than $150 to switch to me, which is the cost of my initial, like I said, I'll credit it to your account. Give me a shot, man. I know you're gonna see a huge difference, and I will get rid of all this stuff immediately for you guys. Because right now, I mean, if this is what we can see, there's a lot more where we can't see it.
Oh yeah, that's a rule of thumb.
But does that sound fair to you, man?
What would the first service consist of?
Everything I described to you. I do the same thing every single time.
So the granules every single time, the spraying 3 foot up, 3 foot out,
Yep.
spraying that, brushing everything off.
Yes, sir. Every single time. And the inside's included if you guys want it every time. It technically is not needed every time, but because once I flush stuff out, it's usually pretty good. Yeah, but everything I described to you, I do every single service, including the fleas and ticks. You'll get that every single service for the dogs, because Hershey is a champ, and he's probably the nicest dog I've met. Yeah. And last but not least, I'll give you a ride on the Segway.
No, my ungraceful self, I will break something.
So what name should I put down to yours?
You are very good, sir.
It's fair. It's a fair deal.
No, it's a
So
very
let's-
fair deal. It's a very fair deal. But your presentation, your delivery, your consistency, the way that you deliver it. I've been doing this a long time, old fart. You do it very well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
If you put it in writing that all of that.
Yes. All right, sir.
Okay.
What was your first name?
Derek, D-E-R-D-K.
Last name?
Bryant, B-R-Y-A-N-T.
What was your wife's name?
Keisha, K-E-Y-S-H-A.
Good phone number for you, Derek.
405